So here we are reasoning again one more time. Here it is, October 1st, 2015, and we have yet another big mass shooting here in the United States as a kid 20 years old walked into a college campus and shot up the place. Killed 10 people so far, about 20 people injured, and sadly it's not the first time in the past few months, and it won't be the last time. If we go back through recent history, we've had so many incidents of mass shootings, whether people safely just watching a movie in a movie theater, person come and shot up the place. We've had incidents at workplaces. We've had places in the house of the Lord, people praying, and somebody come and shoot up the place. Newtown, Connecticut, right, where we have little first graders sitting around and somebody come in and shoot up the place. It's a violent nation we live in. It's a violent world. So there are all kinds of reasons why this happens. My frustration in this is that the United States has the capacity to do something about this. The big national headlines always come when you get these big, shoot 5, 10, 15 people. But shootings happen every day, for all kinds of different reasons. And, guns are so widely available in this country. And the politicians, the legislators who have the mechanism to do something about it, to keep guns out of the hands of people who are either mentally ill or felons or what have you, and they do nothing about it. Yes, there are laws on the books in many states that will help to prevent such things from happening. However, there are ways around it. One example that I just found out recently. So I don't know if this is state by state or what, but if you go to buy a gun today, they run a background check on you. If you go to a gun store, a gun shop, they run a background check on you. And I think that's in every state. I'm not sure of that. However, so this is the frustration that comes in, because there's such a simple thing. It's called a gun show loophole, where if I, just a regular citizen, not a gun shop owner, say I have 100 guns or what have you, right? If I then take those guns and go to a gun show, because anybody can set up a booth, just pay a booth fee and you can go and sell guns. Now, if I, as a private seller, not a gun shop owner, go to a gun show to sell guns, I don't have to run a background check on people. How ridiculous is that? So you have, Tom's gun shop sitting right next to me. Because they are a gun shop, they have to do the background check. But if I, just a regular citizen, pay the fee and go and set up a booth to sell guns at the gun show, I don't have to run a background check. So if you imagine, as a criminal, if you know you will not get background checked by certain people at a gun show, then where are you going? What's one option you have for going and getting your guns? So I, as a regular citizen, can go and sell 100 guns to the 100 worst criminals in the country, and it is legal. No problem whatsoever. No background check, nothing. Can't sell it to anybody. So, there are many similar things which you know, what I call common sense gun legislation. Right? That's one example. There are many more examples. But the thing is, every time we bring up these issues, and it usually comes about, you know, within the 24 hours after, you know, another big mass shooting, every time this comes up, we have the NRA leadership, not the NRA members, because as I heard today, the opinions of the NRA leadership is not exactly what it is for the NRA members. Most NRA members, NRA mean National Rifle Association, most of the members want these additional means of gun control because they are responsible people. They just want to protect their family. They want to hunt. I have no problem with that, none whatsoever. But it's the leadership who believe that you can't do anything, you can't touch anything with regarding the gun laws, or else they say you're trying to come and take all of our guns. You know, as President Obama was saying earlier today, in the case of every other thing in this country, if something happens, we address it, right? Terrorist attack, 9/11 happened, you know, everybody respond. $1 trillion spent may not have been spent wisely. Respond with $1 trillion spent, wars, people reacted to it. You know, if mothers against drunk driving, right? Put different laws out against that, but to stop drunk drivers from getting on the road and driving. Seatbelt laws, mine safety, all sorts of different things. When there is a problem, we address it, except when it comes to guns. What's the big difference? You know, one of the things Obama said today was, if compare over the past 10 years, the amount of people killed in terrorist attacks compared to the number of people who have died in gun violence over the past 10 years. And it's not even close. Gun violence is by far greater. But look how we respond to anything regarding terrorism. Just say that word and, you know, you can get whatever kind of money, all kinds of, you know, Congress people to collaborate and work on things. But they don't want to touch the gun issue. Why is that? Here's the bottom line. If you poll the American people, most people, whether gun owners or not, want these issues to be addressed. So why aren't our legislators responding to it and doing something about it? Here is the plain and simple truth. The National Rifle Association is deep in the pockets of those legislators. They have millions and millions of dollars. They fund campaigns. They fund opponents. They fund people, you know, going against, you know, if you have a different opinion on the gun issue, they will try to get you out of office. So these Congress people who don't want to touch the gun issue, why is that? Because they are scared of the NRA, scared of getting votes out of office. So they are in there working not for you, they are in there working for their job, for their seat. That's all that matters to them. So that's why nothing ever happens. That's why it is so frustrating. So, you know, sadly, I don't know what it will take for this to change. If killing kids didn't make anything change, if almost killing a congresswoman while she was visiting with her constituents didn't help, if just the daily shootings are going all around the country every day and nothing happens, what will make a change? I have absolutely no idea. You know, ultimately what it will come down to is voting asses out of office. Point blank, period. You know, I would say for everybody watching this, everybody, you know, if you are of legal voting age and can vote, when you have to vote for city council, for mayor, for governor, for House of Representatives, for Senate, ask your congressperson or research how they feel about this issue? What is their position on it? And hold their feet to the fire to vote according to the way that you feel. Because, as I've said, the people of the United States, the regular citizens, have a different view of this than their representatives, the one who they have elected. And the NRA, the National Rifle Association, their members have a different view than the NRA leadership, who are in this for politics. Look here, the bottom line of the National Rifle Association, they can say what they want about the Second Amendment and all this. They exist to sell guns and to make profits for gun manufacturers. Point blank, period. That is why they exist. It's not about your rights. It's not about the Second Amendment. It's not about the Constitution. It's not that. It's a dollars thing. So it is frustrating. And you know the way the news cycle goes, right? This will happen, then something else. Donald Trump will say something foolish tomorrow, and it's off to the back page. And then nothing happens again, and then we'll get all outraged again. When in another week, another 2 weeks, you know, might be at your church, might be at your school, who knows? But it happens again. It's going to happen again. It always happens. So what is going to change it? The only thing that will make it change is you. You watching this. You are the one who are going to make this change, because you have the power of the vote. The NRA have dollars, okay? You might not be able to match their dollars, but dollars don't directly elect people. Votes do. So, if this matters to you, if you love your children, you love your friends, family, and you want our streets to be as safe as possible. Yes, people are going to get guns. You know, bad guys are going to get guns at times. What we want to do is restrict their ability to do it. We don't want it to be just so easily accessible. You know, if you are a criminal, if you have other sorts of problems, mental problems or whatever, for you to get a gun, you should have to go through hell and high water to get that gun. It shouldn't be, I'll just go to a gun show because they won't check me there, and I'll buy it from this person who's selling hundreds of guns out of his garage. How foolish is this? It's frustrating, you know, as you can hear, because these things happen. We have the power to do something about it, and we don't. Taking in these thoughts, man. Kiss your kids, hug up your wife or husband or whatever, and can we make this time be different, please? You know, politicians don't act unless they are forced to. What makes them forced to act? When their ass might get voted out of office. So we have our part to do. That's my reason on it. Rest in peace to you know, those who have been tragically killed in this incident, and those who have been killed year-round. You know, and that will go on the back pages of the newspapers, and we never hear about them. Rest in peace to them. But as President Obama said today, our thoughts and our prayers are not enough. We have to act. One love.